I'm Chinese. I'm from Trinidad. I grew up in Santa Cruz for all my life. I'm 22 years old. I went to Fatima, have 10 CX passes, 5K passes. Started my first degree in SPCS, however, didn't finish. And then I started to work, and now currently I own my own company, Esports Caribbean League Limited, and I'm a motivational speaker. I always didn't see eye to eye with my dad, and when I used to play a lot of video games, and at the time video games was becoming internationally known as a sport called electronic sports. So I was always very passionate about sports, and I thought to myself, I want to be a pro gamer. Obviously my dad didn't like that very much, and he would always tell me, "Hey Kevin, if you're staying up late at these hours, you're supposed to be studying or sleeping, whichever one, but you need to do good in school." And we would always have disagreements, and I would say, "No, I'm training." And it got kind of bad when he started to take away the computer from me, although I paid for it. And then he would start taking away the internet so that I wouldn't have anything to do. But you will always find these little loopholes around these things, and I still used to sneak behind his back and stuff like that. But then growing up a little older, it got very bad where we are two male figures, we are two stubborn people, we could not see eye to eye, and I just felt that I couldn't be in the same space as him. So I actually used to run away from home. I remember the last time I ran away from home, I got in a physical fight with him. It was the first time I ever fought with him physically, and I got so angry that we had this fight, and I remember pushing him down, and I just walked out the house. I stormed out, and I didn't take anything with me, no money, no cell phone, nothing. That night I did find out that I broke his toe, his big toe, and he couldn't go to work for a few days because of what I did. And I regretted it. I'm like, how can I do this to somebody who raised me and taking care of me and paying for me? And yes, they love me, but they show it in other ways, which I may not relate to, but I know he does care for me. I know he does love me. And here it is, I got in a physical fight and I broke his toe, and the regret which I felt, the shame, the embarrassment, everything within me just felt so wrong. And I think it was at that point I said, you know what, it doesn't make sense to run away from my problem. So I just made a decision in myself to say, I can't do this anymore. And yes, we do not see eye to eye, but we still respectfully talk about it, and we share our opinions with each other, number one. I think that was my defining moment. I think everybody in this world deserves a second chance. Even though you did one bad thing in life, it doesn't define who you really are, because many a times people have come back from the negative and done so much more in positive things. I think once people understand what they want to do and understand themselves, they will be able to find themselves and then be enlightened to try and help and do something in terms of a purpose for themselves. I think it's about just understanding them, learning from them. It's not about forcing them to do anything. It's not about pressuring them to become somebody, because you can't make somebody do what you want them to. So you have to kind of listen to them and understand what they want, and then try to help them get where they want to go. So I think it's about more counseling, listening to them, and then trying to help them and create an action plan around what they want. More than just saying, hey, go to school and get your 5 subjects in CXC and then get a job. But I think life is more to that. I think if you want to be successful, you will have the drive within yourself to become successful. So it's about just understanding people and understanding where they come from, what they want, and then helping them try to get where they want to go.